Hello guys, I'm Mika Mlocotones from Baecom 1A. So today I will discuss about media dependency theory. So let's start. Media dependency theory is a communication theory that examines the relationship between individuals, groups, and the mass media. It suggests that people and social systems become dependent on the media for information, entertainment, and guidance. It was developed by Sandra Paul Rockedge and Melvin D. Floor in 1976. So, this theory daw was proposed by Sandra Paul Rockedge and Melvin D. Floor in 1976. So, this theory daw states that the more dependent an individual is on the media for having his or her needs fulfilled, so the more important the media will be to that person. So this theory is based on the uses and gratification theory. So uses and growth identifies how people use and become dependent upon the media. So people use the media for many reasons, like information, entertainment, and parasocial. The dependency theory says, though, the more a person becomes dependent on the media to fulfill these needs, the media will become more important to that individual. So the media will also have much more influence and power over that individual. So a main focus of the media though, a main focus of the theory is the relationship between media and the audience. So next, I will discuss the three components of media dependency theory. So media dependency theory, my three components. First, the audience dependency on media. Second, the role of social systems. Third, media's role as a bridge between the individual and society. So first, I will discuss the audience dependency on media. The core idea of media dependent theory is that individuals' reliance on media increases when they experience uncertainty or lack of access to other sources of information. So, in crisis, in situations of crisis, people turn to media for answers. So, this dependency may vary depending on personal circumstances, such as one's level of education, age, or social background, as well as the availability or alternative sources of information. So, ang example na kadya is my there was a big storm. So during that storm, people turn on the media to find out where to go and what's the weather. Or or gani madto sa media to check if may updates bala sa weather, like that. So this media help people to stay updated about the weather, and deal with difficult situations. So it shows how important news is to everyone, even when things are tough. So next component is the role of social system. So in addition to the audience personal needs, MDT also highlights the role of social system in shaping media dependency. Social system refer to the structures that govern society, such as politics, economics, culture, and education. So this system influence the ways in which individuals engage with media and shape their reliance on it. So, example na kadya is may election. So, we will rely on news to read to read about the political articles. And so, politics are a part of our social system. So, we turn to media to get information and understand what's happening. So, another example pagit yung social system is, so if jobs hard to find, if kung nabudlayan kita mangita kang obra, to pili kita ka-rely sa media about sa mga jobs, like we can find jobs na available through media. So next, third component. So media role as a bridge between individual and society. Another important aspect of MDT is its emphasis on media as a bridge between the individual and the broader social system. The theories suggest that individuals rely on media to understand not only their personal circumstances but also the larger social context in which they live. So, through media, people gain insights into social, political, and economic issues that affect their lives, making media an essential tool for informed participation in society. So, example na is during an election, people watch the news to learn about the people winning for office and what they promise to do. So, this helps people make choices about who to vote for. So, the news also helps people understand what's going on this country. It helps people know what's important and what they should be thinking about. So, media dependency is not just about individual needs. It's also about how our society influence what we what we watch and how we rely on it. The degree of dependence is directly proportional to individual social stability, active audience. So, the degree of dependence is directly proportional sa tatlo: individual, social stability, and active audience. So, sa individual, the media have ability to satisfy the audience needs. An individual will become more dependent on media if the medium satisfy her needs. Next, social stability. So, the audience reconsider their beliefs, practice, and behaviors when strong social change conflicts uh, or election will force to will force will force to re-evaluate and make new decisions. So next is active audience. So in this communication process, the active audience chooses the media dependence on their individual needs and other factors such as economic conditions, society, and culture. So if alternative source fulfill the audience needs, will decrease the media dependence. So next, I will discuss the cause and effect relationship in media dependency. Cause, information and knowledge needs. So we need to know which going on it, the world and media. So our main source of information is news about news events and important topics. Next, limited alternative. So sometimes we don't have many other ways to find out what's happening. So we rely on media because it's our main option. Next, reinforcement of beliefs. So media can make it feel like we're right because it often shows things we all we already believe, This can make us want to watch or read more of the news, increasing our reliance on that media. So next nga cause is agenda settings. So media decides what to talk about, which make us think those things are important. So this can influence our opinions and what we think matters in the world. Last na cause is cultivation of perception. So if we watch a lot of TV shows or read a lot of news stories that show violence, so we might start to think the word violence. So we might we might start to think the world is more dangerous place than it really is. Next is the affect relationship in media dependency. So first, media influence. So media strongly influence what people think and do. So next na effect, dependency on media outlets. So people become reliant on certain media sources for information and entertainment. Next, agenda settings effects. So media decides what's important, making some issues seem more urgent. Next, homogenization of public opinion. So watching the same media makes people have similar views. Next, last effects is the media profit and power. So popular media gets powerful and can influence opinions for money or politics. So next is the strengths and weaknesses of media dependency theory. Strengths. Explain media influence. Next, understanding audience behavior, media's agency settings. So first, explain media influence. So this theory shows us that media is not just something we watch or read. It can change how we think and act. Next, understanding audience behavior. The theory helps us understand why people pick certain shows, news, or social media. Next is media agenda settings. The theory explains how media can influence what we think is important, like the news we hear and how we see the world around us. And also weaknesses of media dependency theory. So weaknesses, overs implication of audience behavior. So the theory says people are easily swayed by media, but in reality, people think for themselves and can decide what to believe. Next is the limited explanatory power. So the theory says people choose media only because of their needs, but there are other reasons to like what they like, what with what they are used to, and what their friends are watching. Next is a lack of temporal dimension. So this theory does not explain how media affects people over a long time. It doesn't talk about how things change over time. Thus guys, ang media dependency theory gaandar tana sa socio-psychological traditions of communication. So because it focuses on how people's needs and how they think are influenced by media. So it also recognizes that media use happens with a larger social context, like what's considered normal in that society and how easy it is to access media. Also guys, ang diyang theory pwede ta na magamit sa both quali kag quanti. So sa qualitative research, pwede na gamit. So example na. So a researcher wants to know how social media impacts people's self-esteem. So they could conduct focus groups and ask participants to share their experiences with social media. So they could call so how do you feel about comparing yourself to others on social media? So like that. So sa quanti, PD Mansanda. So, like for example, a researcher wants to know if people who use social media more often are more likely to believe false information. So, PD Sanda makakonduct ang online survey. Mag-ask ka people, like for example, how often they use social media. That's all. Thank you guys. Bye.